Typically, when I make videos, I make them with a situation or drama in mind so that I can then use that drama to refer to a larger issue or to talk about the issues that can be mitigated by being more observant or by criticizing the actions of someone. More so, I talk about things for the sake of analyzing and deconstructing things in ways where anyone can hear what I'm talking about and say, yeah, this is a messed up situation, and in the future, there are ways we can look at things to better handle these situations. That's what my content really boils down to. Whether it's a more dedicated deconstruction piece like my Ethan is online video or my In Praise of Shadows video or my Vitali video among others, my main objective is to look at things a lot more critically, as silly as it may sound. However, recently, there really hasn't been a lot going on in terms of large issues that can be discussed and analyzed in the way that I would like to. So, in order to make up for that, I'm gonna be straight up slot maxing and talking about random smaller things more consistently until I finish my larger researched pieces. Today, I want to talk about something that happened about a week ago now, and that's gonna be a look back into Bossmanjack. For those of you who don't know who this person is, well, I recommend you go watch my first successful video, because once you do, you will get all the answers you'll need. And that video basically goes over the issues with gambling, the issues with how gambling addiction is actually a major problem that isn't as talked about as some of us would like it to be talked about, and a lot of people don't actually put a lot of observation or recognition as some of us may like it to have. It also goes over a prime example of how gambling can affect someone's life. That example being Bossmanjack, an individual who is known to have an incredibly addictive personality, and for the most part has shown a long history of substance abuse as well as game abuse. And by game abuse, I mean that he just loves to gamble. He loves to bet and put things at stake. So to give a brief history, when he was young, he used to break into cars to feed his substance addiction and even got arrested for it. In recent times, he began gambling online to hundreds of people by dueling players in RuneScape, which required him to bet in-game gold and items that would ultimately cost him real money. And then as that got phased out and Twitch started banning gambling, he then transitioned to betting in online casinos such as Stake and streaming his wins and losses over on Kick. But what got him really popular wasn't that he was always winning, such as more significant streamers like Aiden Ross, XQC, or Trainwrecks, not that they win a lot. What got him popular was the fact that he always lost, and with those losses came some of the best freakouts and breakdowns on Kick. It would be one thing if he was just entirely responsible and accountable for his own actions, if he did all of these things in isolation, if he lived in his own home, but if you know anything about Bossmanjack, you would know that this is further from the case. You see, with his tantrums also came his tendency to destroy items, harm himself, and verbally abuse his parents.
Last one, last one. No! Oh my god. Bro, what are you doing? Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Clean it up! Can you stop?
Dude, my dad's telling me to stop, bro.
What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
I told you guys already. I already told you.
This is not done in anger?
No. You can ask my chat. Dad, stop. Man, shut the fuck. Yo, shut up, man. This is fucking. Mom, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, please. Please. You're a fucking idiot. You don't think. God damn. I'm so sorry, guys, if you heard that. Fucking bullshit.
Furthermore, he lived with his parents, so he would be destroying their property and made their lives miserable through his belligerent episodes. For the most part, those of us who looked into Bossmanjack and did the research as well as kept up with his wacky behavior knew that he was very much a ticking time bomb. None of us would have ever hoped that his insanity would extend out to harming anything or anyone except himself, but the concern, however, was always there though, that eventually Bossmanjack would snap and become more of a threat to just himself. Him being a net negative to his parents and potential risk was always a very known problem too. It's something that even became a sort of meme within his community and the lolcow community, with nicknames such as Rat Dad even being something that his father would be labeled as within these spheres. Additionally, if I may reiterate, Bossman was also known for his drug abuse, with certain instances of him using crack and weed being readily available, as well as an infamous clip of him gambling all of his drug money away and being angry when he had to call his dealer back to let him know that he could no longer purchase.
Call me anymore, dude. I'm such a fucking idiot, dude. I fucking hate my life, dude. Oh my god, I've lost like 20 in a row. I just lost.
So it'll come to no surprise that Bossmanjack was actually arrested recently for domestic abuse and drug charges. More specifically, Schedule 1 or 2 possession of drugs, which means essentially that he possessed narcotics such as meth, oxycodone, or cocaine. And also, assault and battery on a family member, which heavily implies that he actually physically laid hands on one of his family members. And here's the date. So this happened about 5 days ago at the time of recording this video. While typically I don't like to make absolute judgment calls because it's irresponsible or dangerous, there is no doubt in my mind that he's actually in a lot of trouble for these charges. There is no doubt in my mind that he actually did these things. I mean, at this point, these aren't petty accusations or allegations. There is a lot of probable cause for these things for me, even as an outsider looking in. I can only imagine what kind of evidence law enforcement found themselves upon arresting Bossmanjack. What makes this worse is the fact that in the past, as I mentioned, Bossman was actually arrested for breaking into cars. And if memory serves correct, he had a 10-year probation on those charges. And those 10 years are not up yet. So he just fucked up again while out on probation, which means any sort of leniency he may get during this case is gone, just like the money he throws away on kick. If my research serves correct, both of these are Class 5 felony charges, which means he will more than likely be going away for 5 or more years. And it definitely doesn't get easier for somebody who's a repeat offender. I mean, he's getting a guaranteed 5 years anyways due to his previous charges, considering he was on probation, but still, he will be going away for a pretty lengthy amount of time. All things considered, though, it is actually incredibly disheartening to hear this news because the last thing any one of us wanted from Bossmanjack was for him to actually physically harm someone. It's one thing if he just got arrested for possession of narcotics, then he would be forced to detox and go through some sort of abstinence in jail from gambling and drugs, potentially, that is, but it's another thing entirely that it had to come to the point where he physically laid hands on his own family. That's the last thing anyone would have wanted. There is a little bit of humor in this, though. There is a bit of irony, I guess. The funniest part about all of this is that apparently he actually ended up going to the same jail in Virginia that the infamous Chris Chan ended up in, so that's something funny to think about. All things being said, this is probably a good thing, a blessing. If he's in jail, he can no longer burn thousands of his viewers' dollars, his family's money, his contract money, or destroy his parents' property, or indulge in cocaine and God knows what else. That's the end of the story in regards to one of the most infamous lolcows as of recent, and for the most part, it is definitely for the better. Bossmanjack is obviously a very troubled individual with an assortment of mental illnesses, but he could always turn this situation for the better and use it as some sort of rehabilitation. Knowing how prisons function, however, I doubt it. But I like to hope for the best possible outcome in any situation, regardless. That's all I got for today, though. Later, and thanks for watching.